If you're applying for disability, this is likely the most important video that you'll see. And if you're new to my channel, I suggest you start with this video. If you've been watching my channel for a while, it's probably a good review. Hello, I'm John Foster. I'm a medical doctor who does Social Security disability exams with my faithful dog Keiichi. And as usual, everything I say reflects my own opinions based on my own experience and study, and not the opinions of the Social Security Administration or any other medical body. Now, when it comes to Social Security disability, for more than 90% of applicants, what's important is how their medical condition limits their ability to work. It's rare that disability is approved based on a diagnosis alone. I've done a video on diagnoses that get approved, and it's even rarer that disability is approved based on test results, such as MRI scans or blood scans. Test results are almost never sufficient to get approved for disability. So the bottom line is, limitation of work-related abilities is where the meat of the matter lies. And in this video, I'm going to discuss all of the abilities that Social Security considers important. If you're thinking about applying for disability, if you're filling out a disability application, or if you've been scheduled for a consultative examination by a disability doctor like me, paying attention, taking notes, and writing down everything that applies to you will pay off in the long run. The first work-related ability is the ability to see. Can you see normally? Can you see normally with both eyes? Normal vision ranges from 20/20 to 20/40. 20/70 and above is moderately impaired vision, and 2200 and above is legal blindness. If you're legally blind in both eyes, you qualify for disability. Social Security wants to know, is your vision good enough that you can avoid hazards in the workplace, such as boxes on the floor, or a moving motor vehicle, or a door that's been left ajar? Can you read very small print? Can you read an ordinary newspaper or book print? Can you read a computer screen? Can you determine the difference in size and shape between small parts, such as nuts and bolts? The next work-related ability is the ability to hear. Can you hear with both ears? Can you hear and understand normal conversational speech? And can you use a telephone? The third ability is the ability to sit. If your ability to sit is limited, you need to find out how long you can sit at one time, in minutes or hours at a time, and how long you can sit during an 8-hour day. No doctor is going to time you to see how long you can sit, but you can do that at home. Everyone has a smartphone, and every smartphone has a stopwatch on it. One of the most frustrating problems that I encounter every day when I do disability exams is someone will tell me something like, "I can't sit very long." And I'll ask, "How long can you sit?" And it's clear they don't have any idea. Find out. That's your responsibility. And if you can be precise, it will go a long way towards getting your disability application approved. Let me give you one example. One of the most common things I hear is, "I can't stand very long." Well, here are two examples from real disability patients I've seen. One meant they couldn't stand for more than 5 minutes at a time. The other meant they couldn't stand for more than 4 hours at a time. That's quite a difference. Find out and be precise. Next, work-related ability number 4 is how long can you stand? And that includes how long can you stand at a time and how long can you stand in an 8-hour day. Social Security relates everything to a normal 8-hour workday with 3 breaks, 1 morning break, 1 afternoon break, and 1 lunch break. Ability number 5 is walking. How long can you walk interrupted? How far can you walk? And how long could you walk during an 8-hour day? Number 6, do you need an assistive device to walk? Do you need a cane? If so, how far can you walk without the cane? If you use one cane, is your other hand free to carry small objects? Do you need 2 canes, or 2 crutches, or a walker, or a wheelchair? Again, these are important, and find out the specific times and distances. The next abilities relate to the use of the hands and arms. Social Security wants to know, are you right or left-handed? And then for each hand, can you reach overhead? Can you reach in all other directions, straight ahead, down to the right and the left? Do you have problems with handling objects, fingering things, such as typing on a keyboard, feeling things, and pushing and pulling? The next thing relates to uses of the feet. And in these sorts of issues, Social Security wants to know if you can do the activity never, occasionally, which is up to 1/3 of the time, frequently, which is 1/3 to 2/3 of the time, and continuously, which they describe as more than 2/3 of the time. And here they want to know if you can operate foot controls with either foot. The next group of abilities are what they call postural activities. And again, they want to know never, occasionally, frequently, or continuously. The first is, can you climb stairs and ramps? Next, can you climb ladders and scaffolds? Next, can you balance? Can you stoop? Can you kneel, crouch, and crawl? The next abilities they describe are what they call environmental limitations. And again, they want to know if you can tolerate these environments occasionally, frequently, continuously, or never. First, can you work at unprotected heights? Second, can you operate a motor vehicle? Third, can you work in high humidity and wetness? Fourth, can you work where it's dusty, there are odors, fumes, or lung irritants? Next, can you tolerate extreme cold? Can you tolerate extreme heat? Can you tolerate vibrations? And can you tolerate noise? They describe noise as either quiet, which is like a library, moderate, which is like an office, loud, like heavy traffic, and very loud, like a jackhammer. The next group of activities are more related to self-care rather than work. They're what's called activities of daily living, or ADLs. Can you perform activities like shopping? Can you travel without a companion for assistance? Can you move without a wheelchair, a walker, 2 canes, or 2 crutches? Can you walk 1 block at a reasonable pace over rough or uneven surfaces? Can you use standard public transportation? No, that doesn't mean a wheelchair van. That means the regular bus or taxi. Can you climb a few steps at a reasonable pace with a single handrail? Can you prepare a simple meal and feed yourself? Can you care for your personal hygiene, brushing teeth, bathing, brushing hair, getting dressed, etc.? And can you sort, handle, or use papers or files? Finally, there are certain mental and psychological abilities that are important. The first is the ability to remember. Second, the ability to understand. Third, the ability to concentrate, focus. Next, the ability to persist, to stay on task. Next, the ability to relate to others, co-workers, or customers. And finally, the ability to adapt. If circumstances, or your job, or the people you work with change, or you're assigned different tasks, can you adapt to the new issues? In general, if you have one medical problem, it must severely limit your abilities to work. If you have more than one medical problem, none of them necessarily need to be severe. Social Security will add up all of your limitations and determine if, in their opinion, they add up to a severe limitation of the ability to work. So it's crucial that you include every single limitation and problem that you have. Many times I see people forget or not mention limitations that they have. What I suggest that you do is think about your body from the top of your head to your toes and think of every single problem you have mentally and physically and how they limit your ability to work. And when you apply for disability, list each one and explain how it limits your ability to work. And likewise, if you go for a disability exam, tell the doctor about each problem and how it limits your ability to work. And be precise. If you can do those things, you will be far ahead of most disability applicants, and you will ensure that you have the greatest chance of your disability application being approved. Well, I hope this has been helpful, and as always, remember, if it happens, it's possible.